wears the pants in your relationship? If the answer to that question is not unquestionably you, then men, you are failing. Because look, masculinity begets leadership. In fact, masculinity is leadership. A man's purpose is to lead. This is your purpose, your duty, and where you'll find fulfillment. Men, it is your job to lead. It is not your wife's job. And if you're not ready to lead a woman and a family, you should be by yourself until you figure out how to do it. One of the sharpest insults a man could ever have is to say that his wife wears the pants in the family. That just implies he's been emasculated, and it means he is not man enough to take charge of his family. It says something about the women. They're not allowed to be feminine. They're probably not going to be agreeable. They're definitely not going to be submissive. If we're honest, it's not always the woman's fault. She is not able to trust men enough based on his actions to actually take that leadership role. Guys, believe me, women don't want to lead. They don't want to wear the pants in the family. And if you look at a lot of women-led households, you can tell they're not really doing a great job at it. If a man is the leader and head of a household, as he should be, his wife can take the feminine, nurturing role, and everything is usually better when that happens. Look, there's a whole equality movement of the sexes which has gone on for years, and it's complete nonsense. Because we all know there's a difference between equal value and equal roles. And of course, men and women have equal values. We both are made in the image of God. Christ died for us all equally, but we do not have equal roles. Men, it's up to you to take charge and lead your family. It is up to you to take charge and just lead. There's more to leading than just simply take charge. So today, I'm going to go over 10 ways that a man should lead. So let's get at it. The first way a man should lead is you should lead your family spiritually. It is the most important role that really a husband and a father can do. And if you're not leading your family spiritually, frankly, man, you just ain't leading. This is going to be a reoccurring theme for this video, but look, you need to set the example. You need to set the example for faith in your house. Do you want to see your children pray? Then you need to pray with them. Do you want to see your children read the Bible or friggin' just read? Then you need to read yourself. And if you want your children to have a spiritual life, then you need to bring your children with you to church, to the synagogue, whatever. So Christian men, I'm gonna tell you this. Instill in your family the values you hold dear. Teach your children the importance of faith and salvation. Men, be the pastors of your household. The second thing men should lead in is physical fitness. No good man allows their family to become fat. How can you provide and protect and lead a family if you're not physically fit to do so? How can you lead your family if you drop dead from a heart attack if you're morbidly obese? Men, lead your family in fitness by being physically fit yourself. Don't bark at your children about them being couch potatoes if you're sitting around all day, drinking beer, and watching football. Teach your children the importance of fitness at a young age, and they will carry it on throughout their lives. Go on hikes together, go on bike rides together, just go on walks together if you live in a city. And I can tell you, you'll be building memories that are far better than just sitting around having a movie night, and you'll be staying fit while you do it. So men, be fit, and they will follow. Men, you should lead in communication. To be an effective leader, you need to be an effective communicator. Talk with your family. Don't sweep issues underneath the rug. Don't let any issue be off limits. Because if you do not establish proper communication when they're kids, when they get older, they will not come to you when they have life issues. And you'll have no idea what's going on in their life. You need to be able and willing to have the sex conversation, the porn addiction conversation, the abusive boyfriend, or I'm being abusive conversation. The best way to enable effective communication to the family I truly believe this, is to just set up some family meetings. Once a week, sit down and talk together. And that needs to be in addition to once a day sitting down with a meal together. That is the best way to open up communications in your family. Next, you need to lead in preparedness. There's an old adage that says failing to plan is planning to fail. Men who are effective leaders are prepared for everything. They are prepared to handle the expected and especially the unexpected when it hits the fan, whether that is, economically, financially, politically, emotionally, physically, or in any other way. Your family will look to you to lead, and you better have a plan. Not only is it important to have a plan, it is important that you share a plan. Your family should know what to do in the case of an emergency. Emergency in the house, emergency in the country, emergency in the weather. Leading your family requires you to be prepared for every situation, and that will 100% establish your leadership when you have a plan. The fifth way men should lead is with strength. Look, it goes without saying that men need to be physically strong, i.e. your fitness. But I'm not just talking about physically strong. I'm talking about emotionally and mentally strong as well. Look, you can't be a good leader if you crumble under pressure. When your family looks to you, they need to see strength, fortitude, and perseverance. They need to never see weakness, indecision, or doubt. Look, it's not that a man can't feel these things. We all do, but your family does not ever need to see it. That is why you need a brotherhood. That is why I have a brotherhood. That is why you need to have a fraternity of men who you can trust, who you can be vulnerable with, who will hold you accountable so that you can show your family strength at all times. Find those men. I found mine in a church group. You can find it somewhere though. You need to have a brotherhood that'll hold you accountable. The sixth area that men need to lead in is in change. You need to be the change. If you want your family to change yourself first. Look, we've probably all had a boss who expected us to do something but didn't follow the rules themselves. Think about how you felt about that boss. We could not stand them, I know, right? And your family feels the same way about you if you're a hypocrite. Do not ask your family to do something that you're not willing to do yourself. Once they start seeing the positive results of your change, you won't even have to tell them to change. They will follow your lead, which is how you lead anyway. The seventh thing you should lead is earn respect and not demand it. Look, if you have to demand respect, then you're probably not worth respect. Stay with me, because this is a little touchy here. If you are leading your family the way you should be leading, your wife and children will respect you. If they don't, it's because you're not being the man and leader they want and need you to be. Look, there's a lot of world influences that'll make this seem like it's not true, but once again, just stay with me. Because look, yes, your children really should simply obey you because you're the father. But look, if you're a man of your word, full of honor and integrity, you do what you say you're going to do, and you're the unquestioned leader of your family, they will follow you, they will respect you, and you will not have to demand it. So really look at yourself and see what is it about you that you actually need to change to earn that respect. So look at yourself and see what you need to change about yourself to earn that respect that you know you should have. The eighth area is in finances. Finances are one of those areas where many men struggle, often because we weren't taught finances ourselves. So hey, take time and get good financial education and get your finances and your family's finances in proper order. You can't properly lead your family if you're broke. And men, there is no reason for us to be broke. Get out of debt, save for a rainy day fund, invest in your future, and earn more money. Then teach everything you've learned to everybody in your family. Financial education in school is terrible. It's really non-existent. So make sure you learn the truth about money in every place you can. Books, through courses, through people who actually know. Get that education because it's out there and it's imperative that you have it as a man. The ninth thing is teaching. A good man not only leads, he teaches. The best teacher your children will ever have will not be found in school. They will be found in the home. It's going to be your wife, and it should be you also. Instead of doing things for them, teach them how to do things for themselves. There's an old proverb, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you will feed him for a lifetime. And believe me, that rings true, and it's especially true for your children. That actually means sharing the mistakes you've made and teaching your children how to avoid them. And instead of telling your family what to do, teach them how to do them. The 10th thing that men should lead is in responsibility. A good man and a good leader takes responsibility. He does not deflect blame or pass the buck. If you mess up, admit it, accept the consequences, and learn from it. Many of the problems in the world today stem from people's refusal to accept the consequences of their actions and take responsibility. The first thing that people do when something goes wrong is they look around to find somebody to blame. But that is not how legacy gentlemen work, and not how good leaders act. Take ownership of your actions and your decisions. No one is responsible for you except you. As President Truman said, the buck stops here. Be that man who the buck stops with. But you're also responsible for the actions of the people you're leading. As I've said before, the behavior of your wife and your children reflect upon your leadership. If there's something not right with them, then it's your responsibility to make sure it's corrected. True leaders are accountable and responsible for every action that they take and every action of the people who are under them. There's undoubtedly many more ways in which men need to lead their family. The truth is, we should never stop trying to find ways to better lead our family. And you know what? You will fail as a leader. And you know what? Honestly, I have failed many times. The most important thing is that you learn from your failures and you never give up as a leader. The only people in this life who don't fail are those who've never tried. But if you want to be one who wears the pants in the family, you must be a strong and effective leader. And that's going to come through some work and accountability. Gentlemen, thanks for stopping by and watching this video about the 10 things that men should lead in their household. Got another video about men's leadership right here. Check it out, and I'll see you next time.